I got Avalon Blue and introduce the homie.
My nigga X-Con.
Hey.
X-Con.
AKA Big Congo.
Okay. All right, so where we at, man?
Well, we're in Salt Park, man, home of the 5 trades.
Okay. And a lot of people, let's just start off with the park, man. This is probably one of the most beautiful parks in LA. Probably one of the top 5 parks. The only thing you're missing is a lake in the middle.
Yes, all we're missing is a lake in the middle. But we got a pool, though.
Oh, is that right?
We got a pool,
We got a big-ass pool.
We got a brand new pool. We got a brand new gym with the A in the middle of the floor.
Indoor, outdoor gym.
And we got a football, we got a football field and a baseball field on the other side, on San Pedro side.
You got
we got a soccer field and everything.
We got a
indoor basketball court and outdoor basketball court.
Okay, here's something that y'all don't got that Gilbert Lindsay got.
What they got?
A skate park.
Man, we ain't doing no skateboarding.
We don't raise skateboarders.
We're not building that
We
build athletes.
Athletes and khaki saggers.
Okay, well, I ain't gonna hate on the skaters though.
I ain't gonna problem with skaters.
Niggas ain't got skateboards through this motherfucker.
We got little kids who ride them bikes, some speed bikes. They do all the wheelies.
Yeah, we got homies that ride bikes and shit.
Okay. All right, well, man, take me back to the beginning, man. What's the neighborhood here, and when did it all, crack off for you?
Man, me, this is the home of the 5 trades. For me, man, it cracked off for me like in '86, man, when I started claiming the set, man. When I started begging 5 trades, we didn't beef with no Crips. So we was loved by everybody and respected by all.
So in your day, it was just the villains and the Pueblos?
Villains and the Pueblos and the Outlaws, the 30th Power Group, the VSOP.
Okay. And what was those years like?
I mean, on this side, it was man, cripping. It was fun back then. Like I say, before the social media and the internet, shit, we was outside socializing and in the set. So I grew up socializing, hanging out on street corners. I grew up hanging with the homies, had the big old radios, the big radios with the big boom boxes, hanging out, and the big homies playing Parliament. And if you catch them on a good night after they've been drinking, they might get to singing. Singing some of the 10 pre's, old school 10 pre's.
Oh, okay. Now, what was the Avalon family like back in them days? Because I understand you got 40s Avalon, you got the 88 Avalon Gardens, and then even south you got the 11-6.
Yeah.
Was that a family when you was coming up?
When I first started coming up, the 40 Avalon was still Ozone. They were still Ozone. And the 88 Avalons, and it was just 5 trade 88 Lab 6 when I first started.
Okay.
Then the 40s came after the fact.
Okay.
So the family was still intact. So the homie Big Cartoon and Crazy Ray took us to the projects and introduced us to the 88s. So when I first went to 88s, the first homies I met down there was Suge, Puppet, Big Wiz, Popeye, the homie Big Smiley, Flint, the homeboy Psycho, Rack Capone them. Those like the first friends from 88s. We was all little homies at the same time, but Smiley was older than us, but we was all little homies at the same time. So that's how we all really hooked in. And then I went to Lab 6s, met the homie Lil Dev and them, Lil Mook and them, Big Mook and them, and met a couple of my homeboy Big Iceman, rest in peace, and Lil Iceman, rest in peace.
Okay, so your generation was no Crip on Crip infighting, but your homie is a lot younger than you. I know you come up when you got the Broadways, the Faux Trays, the Avalons. There's all kind of Crip on Crip conflict.
That's crazy.
Can you talk a little bit about that being normal to you when you're coming up?
Yeah, that's how it's always been. It's the norm, like you say. I wasn't in that era when we was cool with them dudes and all that. You know what I'm saying? So my era's always been fuck them. It's gonna be excuse my friends, but it's that.
And in your era, was the top issue with the Faux Trays?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay. Now, Blue, somewhere along your era, as you come along, that starts, right?
Right.
Do you remember the beginning of that?
I remember the beginning of that. Like my homies, like some of my little homies, we have disputes, right? Because sometimes the homies, they call me like Faux Tray sympathizers and Faux News sympathizers. And they be like, cuz you grew up with them niggas. You know what I mean? And I'm like, cuz I did, cuz when it was all blacks, my mama used to hang at Wallenberg liquor store parking lot.
We didn't grow up with them dudes though. Blue.
Right, I know that, but we grew up before the banging when we was all pop locking, riding bikes and break dancing.
Y'all made us gang
I know. But some of them, we grew up together. But you know, when we fell out with the 4 trays and the 4 deuces, and it kind of changed the tempo of the East Side, because again, how we were socializing before the social media, everybody kind of knew where everybody stayed at.
Now, was it common for you to walk over to Gilbert Lindsay Park and hang out?
When I was a kid?
When you was a kid?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Pep out of bitch.
When I was a kid, I was going to Gilbert Lindsay. When I was a little kid, I was going to Gilbert Lindsay. I ain't gonna lie, but see, I was going to Gilbert Lindsay. I remember Devo, my nigga, Boat Money and them, 4 tray. My cousin Silent and them. I was, you know, they don't see, but it's a different era because I come from the 80s. I was a hang on 43rd when they had the dairy. Me, Big SWAT, Big Boy, Little Big Boy, Lowdown, Smurf, Crip Van. You know what I mean? Like I tell them, I was a hyper kid, so I'm cripping. So I'm where the Crips at. So I might not be in the set. I might be down to 4 trays hanging out, drinking 800, hanging out with them.
Now, for his generation, going to Gilbert Lindsay Park is an absolute no-no.
No.
Right?
No.
That's a lie. Depends on what you're going for.
Oh, and it depends how young you are, because maybe.
No, it depends on what you're going for.
Okay, yeah, but we just talking about just regular shit, right?
Nah, he ain't going regular shit. You see, you know, like I told, like we had the peace treaty. We had the peace treaty, and my boy Lil Touche called me. He said, "Cuz we coming down there to Salt Park for the troops." So when I pull up down to Gilbert Lindsay by myself, and they all outside. I'm like, cuz I know my little homies temperament. They like, no, y'all ain't welcome. But like I told them, I said, cuz I know me personally, I grew up with y'all, cuz our little homies don't know each other like that. They grew up trained to hate each other. So it's gonna be hard for us to get along because the new generation, when they came in to this cripping, we was #1 rivals.
Now, is there a generation gap between people from your era and maybe a little after your era and people from his era and a little before where the issue could have been prevented?
Well, I would say my opinion on that is the 3-strike law came into effect. So whereas this is like my baby homie. My little homies that's over him, when the 3-strike law came, they got set down to like 15, 20 years, but 85%. You know what I mean? And the 4 trays also, a lot of their homies went to the feds and did the 15, 20 years. So they didn't really get the chance to pass down the message to the baby homies, because the baby homies had to kind of raise themselves. It's like having 3 brothers at the house. I'm the oldest brother, and it's the little brother, then it's the baby brother. But if the middle brother does enough time, me and the baby brother is kind of on different pages. We look at the streets different. We didn't have that medium brother, like, I can see where you coming from, little bruh, but I see what you were doing too, big bruh. So it was like I won't say like a lack of communication, but sometimes the older brother couldn't really raise the baby brother because we looked at the set in different lenses.
So a lot of the leadership and the guidance you're saying was arrested and taken to prison.
Yeah, taken to prison, man. The one who was really getting down because when the 3-strike law came, that mean you had to be active to get them strikes. So the strikes came, a lot of dudes was already struck out or already on their 2nd or 3rd strike when the law occurred.
Yeah, because they went back.
They went back. Yeah. It wasn't from this time on. Yeah. No, whatever you got on your record from YA to going to the county when there was bullshit cases, the little 2.5 years robberies that you was catching as a minor, all of them stacked up on you. So by the time you became an adult at 22 years old, you might have got sat down and got out when you were 35. So the little kid that was 10, he 25 years old, don't even fucking know you. So it's kind of hard. It kind of, like I say, it kind of shuffled the deck to where the line of communication kind of broke up.
So a lot of early conflict between this community and the VSOP, now the conflict is split. I'm sure that the Bloods are still rivals, but now you got a new set of rivals.
Yeah.
Where it's Bloods and Crips, y'all going at it with.
Right. But you know, I didn't want to, on my generation, you know, it was always difficult being for 5 Trey, based upon how our hood dynamics is.
There you go with that.
No, I'm just saying this because
The old school.
no.
Y'all always say
No.
that
I'm
Listen,
not.
y'all didn't have
But
cameras back then.
let me finish. When we also we had no beef, no Crips, right? But the 4 trays and the Broadways is one of the oldest beefs in LA, the same in the 60s and the 8 trays. So by us not having beef with no Crips, I went to Main Street Elementary with the Broadways, right? So if you stayed on the east side of San Pedro, you went to 49th Street School with the 4 trays. So we knew both of them. And we never really took a side because by right, half of us grew up with both of them sides. So it might be one night, we might go to Pee Wee Liquor Store and the Broadways dish the tray, but talking about the Broadways. You dishing the tray to us, we gonna fight anyway. We go to a party in the 4 trays, we in the party, they see us and know we not beefing the Broadways. They might keep telling us, black the Broadways. We're like, well, why you keep telling us, black the Broadways? You go tell them. So we was getting favored as Broadway lovers. So we fight the Broadways, fist fighting the Broadways Friday night. Saturday night at the party, we fist fighting the 4 trays over their beef.
Because they want you guys to take a side.
Take a side. So we fist fighting and we didn't take no side. So we fist fighting whoever want to size us up like we busters. We're not going to say black the 4 trays because of you, and we're not going to say black the Broadways because of y'all. Any one of y'all talking shit, we're going to fight both of y'all at the same time. So it always had us kind of in a situation to where that's why 5 trays always kind of ran with ourselves.
So when you came up, that 4 tray, 5 deuce Broadway beef was already